Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Hongos, and today we're going to be looking at the noise canceling kings, the Sony WH-1000XM4s and the Bose QC45s. From a consumer perspective, I can understand why choosing either of these headphones can be a difficult option, right? One of them does a little something good here and the other one does a little something good over there. And I wish I could just merge both of these so they have one perfect set of headphones. But for the moment, let's take a look at the exterior. And both of these offer very mundane color options. The Sonys are black and white and navy, and the Bose are black and white. I don't like the Sony's Rust logo that they decided to put on there, and these microphones kind of stand out because of that. And before you can even put these on, you obviously have to connect them, and I'd probably say that the better Bluetooth experience is with the Bose. You might be wondering why I'm even talking about this, right? It's Bluetooth, it just connects, right? But the Bose take 1 to 3 seconds to connect to one device. The Sonys are so slow, they take 5 seconds, but neither of these are very good with 3 devices. It just gets really, really confused, and most of us consumers at the moment actually have more than 2 devices, right? You have your laptop, your phone, and potentially your work laptop. The Bose have a much easier transition between item 2 and 3. Even setting up a second device on the Sonys is just awful. Like, you are gonna want to throw these out the window. You also don't know which device you're connected to because the assistant only announces connected to device 1 and connected to device 2. What is that device, right? As opposed to the Bose, which have the voice assistant announce connected to Isaac's laptop or connected to Isaac's iPhone. Both headphones are made out of a very plasticky chassis. For me personally, I like the Bose just a little bit more, and that's because they are a bit heavier. The Sonys are really, really comfortable. And it might seem awkward that I'm giving the preference to the Bose. What I think makes the Sonys different, that it's very comfortable on top of your head. However, the Sonys on the cups feel a little too light, like it's gonna fall out of my head. Now, they've never done that, but I would much prefer to have the weight on my ears. The Sonys claim to have 30 hours of battery life, and the Bose 24. To me, it feels like the Bose lasts longer. And the Sonys, due to the fact that they have artificial intelligence running in them that lets the headphones know where you're at so that it can adjust the ambience around. Let's say if you're going on your commute, it can automatically know how much ambience it should let through if you're at your office or on the bus. It's really cool and futuristic, but you have to opt into that program. I much prefer the phone calls on the XM4s. It just sounds way more crisp and clean, like I'm hearing the person be right next to me. On the Bose, though, it's really, really bad. I don't know what's going on in there, but it just sounds very robotic. Both of these headphones have a boot up assistant, right? The XM4s just have a nice, warm person greeting you when you're about to boot these up and put them on. It might not seem all that important, but when I'm putting these on at night, I want to hear a nice voice, and the Bose just don't do it in any way. Since both of these are a very premium set of headphones, you might want to consider if you want to tweak the sound. The Bose out of the box sound fantastic. You're not going to be disappointed. You're able to move around the sound profile a little bit in the app, but it doesn't actually encourage you to do so. As opposed to the Sonys, I had to go in there and adjust the sound using a few of their presets, and these sounded much, much better. The noise canceling is also very important. The Sonys are just way, way better. Like, they are probably a mile apart. What I found the most interesting, though, the app actually lets you have a range between 0 and 20 to let you choose your perfect ambience point. What the QC45s don't have at all, they don't even have a horse in the race, are the gesture controls. So you go up and down for the volume, and you can double tap to skip or bring back a song. You can also hold the right cup to let a little bit of ambience in, and you can put the headphones on, and when you start talking, it'll actually lower the volume. I personally didn't use that. It just which is kind of weird. Like I know when I want to listen to someone, but where both of these headphone companies do awful is in the app. They didn't do much. I wish there was some sort of community built around it, sound profiles people are sharing depending on the type of genre of music. There's a lot of possibilities that neither of these companies are taking. And to wrap this up, I can understand why these two go head to head and why consumers might have a difficult time just choosing either one of these, right? The Bose to me are much better just out of the box if you don't run into the skipping problem with two devices and you don't want to mess around too much. You kind of are given the option in the app, but I much prefer the Sony app because it's more functional. Plus, it is a much better experience listening to phone calls on these, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's not just phone calls, right? It's video calls, you're recording something that you need to send off, a voice memo, and the noise canceling is much, much better on these. The connection, though, does get really annoying. Like, I wanted to connect instantaneously, and the Bose just do a little bit better in that. I would go with these because they're a little bit more future-proof and they feel a lot better if you want a marshmallow sitting on your head, but take everything into consideration. That way you can make the best buying decision for yourself. I'm very happy with both of them, but I'm only going to keep one. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and let me know your thoughts down below. At the end of the day, I thank you so much for your time and your attention. My name is Asmi Hongos, and I'll catch you in the next one.